Good evening, and welcome to this most auspicious occasion. I'm Lisa Schultz, the Director of Alumni Relations and a two-time alumna of Incarnate Word. Thank you for the privilege of sharing in this important day. While everyone is getting settled, we would like to thank the families that have supported our graduates through many years of hard work. Please give yourselves a round of applause. At this time, we'd like to take a moment of silence to remember those who have lost their lives in the fight for freedom. And now please welcome UIW alumna Dr. Patricia Lucero as she sings the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched was still gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Dr. Lucero. Please be seated. Welcome, Dr. Agnesi, members of the Board of Trustees, faculty and administration, graduates, and guests. And a special welcome to our graduates all over the world joining us for this special ceremony as it is being streamed live over the internet. At this time, I would like our international students and their families who have traveled from outside the U.S. for this occasion to please stand and be recognized. Today is a very important day for the December class of 2011. In honor of this special occasion, we would ask that you please remain seated until the processional has concluded and left the building. Also, at the request of the graduates, we ask that you turn off all cell phones and other electronic devices right now. Today, there is nothing more important than what is about to take place. Now please join me in thanking the San Antonio Pipes and Drums for their always inspiring processional with the graduates. Sister Eilish Ryan, alumna and UIW professor, will now offer the invocation. Please remain seated.
loving, and ever-living God of wisdom and strength, of love and sacrifice. You are known by many names and praised in many languages and other traditions throughout our earth. May the increasing winter darkness and cold lead us to hope more fully in the true and eternal light of your presence among us. In the Catholic Christian tradition of this university, we thank and praise you for sending your incarnate Word, Jesus, into this world to show us the way to you. As we prepare to celebrate Christmas, may we understand more deeply the meaning of Jesus' birth into human history. God of all mercy and joy, at the beginning of this commencement ceremony, we pause to pray for our December 2011 graduates, our Christmas class. Bless all our graduates. Enable each person to humbly appreciate what he or she has accomplished. May they all be mindful of the many people who have encouraged, taught, nurtured, prayed, and provided personal and financial support so that they could complete the requirements for their degrees, which they will be awarded this evening. May our Christmas graduates be blessed with creativity to imagine the unimaginable, courage to face the unthinkable, conviction to live with integrity, and compassion for the suffering in our world. As we celebrate, we also pray for the well-being and security of nations and for the safety of those who defend freedom and human rights, whoever and wherever they may be. We make this prayer, O Lord, in the light of the radiance of your Son, the incarnate Word, who lives with you forever in the power of your Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, Sister Eilish. For 130 years, commencement ceremonies have been an honored tradition at Incarnate Word, recognizing the dedication and achievement of our hardworking students. A welcome from our governing body has been a part of this tradition for many years, and here to bring those greetings is Board of Trustees member, Mrs. Nancy Kudla.
Thank you. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I'm pleased and honored to welcome you to this evening's commencement ceremony at the University of the Incarnate Word. The UIW Board of Trustees congratulates our graduates and their families on this special evening. We extend to you our best wishes, whether you are launching into a new career, continuing in your present one, or furthering your education at the next level. Commencement is a memorable occasion for what it signifies, one of the many unforgettable journeys that we will undertake during our lives. For you, as master's and doctoral graduates, this journey represents your personal affirmation of the importance of education in your life. You have made the commitment to climb higher, to reach a new peak, to press to the top, where you can see the whole view, not just what you've done, but what you can do. And now, as you stand ready to climb to new peaks, you're probably excited, relieved, and perhaps a little nervous about taking those next steps, especially as the only certainty is that what awaits you in the future will be different than what you are leaving behind tonight. Different not just because you are graduating and moving on from this beloved university, but you are different. Different from when you first began this journey. And your own personal understanding of this profound difference will make all the difference in where and how you go from here. But no matter what lies ahead, please remember those who guided you on this remarkable journey. Graduation fulfills not only your hopes and dreams, but also those of your loved ones who nurtured you through the years, particularly your families. It is their concern for your betterment, along with caring guidance from the Sisters of Charity of the Incarnate Word, that helps us fulfill UIW's educational duty to foster excellence in a context of faith. Our mission is not to produce thoughtless workers who attain particular skills in order to simply earn material wealth. Rather, it is to make a critical difference in the lives and character of talented and compassionate people, guiding them to a level of excellence that blends productive knowledge with an elevated degree of social and spiritual consciousness. Tonight's graduates personify those values and validate our highest aspirations. You are critical thinkers, effective communicators, and understand the application of modern technology. But you also possess a worldview and a strong sense of spirituality. What you do with these blessings, where you go from here, will forever reflect on you, your family, and this university. Go out there and make us proud. And remember, the universe is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Kudla. Class of 2011, today is your first day as alumni of the University of the Incarnate Word. Congratulations and welcome into this elite association. You have entered a distinguished collection of more than 25,000 alumni all over the world who are building schools in Africa, leading our path to freedom as decorated officers in the military, owners of multi-million-dollar businesses, directors of award-winning films, and celebrities, just to name a few. At UIW, you have learned to live the mission of Incarnate Word through faith, innovation, education, truth, and service, the embodiment of the Sisters of Charity of the Incarnate Word. You have earned a degree of difference from Incarnate Word, your passport to greatness. How will you share your unique gifts with others? I would like to offer one of my favorite quotes from Ralph Waldo Emerson. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Today we are honored to have a special guest address our graduate, UIW's Moody Professor. The Moody Professor is selected each year by the faculty based on the professor's teaching and research excellence. It is the most prestigious faculty award. The Moody Professor gives a commencement address each December. This year's Moody Professor is Mr. William Gokelman. Bill is a professor of music and chair of UIW's music department. He directs the Cardinal Chorale, which recently gave its second Carnegie Hall performance. He was keyboard artist with the San Antonio Symphony and is choir director at St. Mark the Evangelist Catholic Church. Bill is a national and regional presenter-performer for the National Association of Pastoral Musicians, where his Mass of Renewal, which is co-composed by David Kaufman, recently won first place in the New Mass Settings National Competition. Bill is active in musical theater and has created and produced many CDs. His CD of original piano orchestra music reached number 69 on the Top 100 New Age chart. Bill earned his Bachelor of Music from Incarnate Word College, receiving the Amy Freeman Lee Award, and his Master of Music from Westminster Choir College in Princeton. He is the recipient of the 2006 UIW Presidential Teaching Award, the 2011 St. Pierre Cinquin Award of Faith, and was UIW's 2011 Piper Professor nominee. He holds memberships in numerous professional musical associations. Please welcome Mr. Bill Gokelman.
Thank you. My warmest greetings to all of you, especially you, soon-to-be graduates, and your very proud families. I am honored to have this time to share a few thoughts with you. Graduates, you have had the privilege of attending this amazing institution, one that teaches and embraces the ideas of service, justice, inclusivity, and faith. The Sisters of Charity of the Incarnate Word founded this Center for Learning not simply to teach students from the neck up, but to form whole, compassionate, and loving persons. And you, dear graduates, are about to become part of this legacy. You are about to join with the entire Incarnate Word family in becoming living examples of the basic message of the Sisters. As you prepare to live this mission, I ask you to consider something. What is it that defines you? Now, please understand, I'm not asking what your major was, or what your hobby is, or what religion you espouse, or even what political views you hold. I'm asking, what is your fundamental vision for yourself as a human being, as a bearer of the Incarnate Word? What defines you? There is a hymn that goes like this. Will you let me be your servant? Let me be as Christ to you. Pray that I may have the grace to let you be my servant too. This hymn has great words. Like all great words, they seem straightforward and simple enough, but these words are filled with circumstance and responsibility, with humility and courage. These are powerful words. Will you let me be your servant? Let me be as Christ to you. Have you ever asked someone, hey, let me be your servant? Let me be as Christ to you. What does it mean for someone to let you, to allow you to serve him? Is this something that we need permission to do? And what about let me be as Christ to you? Wow, is that filled with implications? Can we really be as Christ to someone? The hymn goes on to say, pray that I may have the grace to let you be my servant too. It gets more complicated. Now I have to pray that I have the grace to let you be my servant. So I'm not only going to serve you, but I need to find the grace to let you serve me. Is this real? Does this really apply to us? Before I knew this song, I had never really considered what it meant to allow someone else to serve me. I would think, oh no, please allow me. I don't want you to be put out on my account. I'm capable of doing for myself, thank you. And as I thought about it, I came to a sobering realization that while my intentions were very good, I realized that I was protecting my own convenience. It was far easier for me to be the server than to be the servee, if you will. I think I was afraid to let go of the control, to be on the other side. What this hymn tells us is that service is a two-way street. When we serve someone, when we experience that, we experience the best part of our humanity, part of what makes us beings created in the image and likeness of God. When we serve, we literally become the hands and feet and mouth and presence of God to each other. When we serve, part of the divine within us comes alive. Now, when we allow others to serve us, part of the divine within them comes alive, and we learn the difficult posture of humble recipient. Mother Teresa's basic message was, we serve whom we can touch. We serve life, not because it is broken, but because it is holy. The great tennis player and activist Arthur Ashe said, true heroism is remarkably sober, very undramatic. It is not the urge to surpass all others at whatever the cost, but the urge to serve others at whatever the cost. Dr. Martin Luther King put it this way: everybody can be great because anybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and your verb agree to serve. You don't have to know the second theory of thermodynamics in physics to serve. All you need is a heart full of grace, a soul generated by love. We are prone to judge success by the index of our salaries or the size of our automobiles rather than by the quality of our service and relationship in humanity. Mother Teresa did not allow her own humility or lack of resources to keep her from serving. Arthur Ashe did not allow himself to be defined as simply a tennis player. Martin Luther King was certainly not limited by the color of his skin. All three of these individuals were defined by a strong sense of service. So I ask again, what defines you? In college, I studied music. My bachelor's degree is in piano performance. My master's is in vocal coaching and piano accompanying. Piano has been an important part of my life forever. Playing the piano is the way I express myself. It is the way I make a living. It is often a form of prayer for me. In fact, I was on my way to play a funeral mass here at UIW the morning of December 4th, 2002. It was raining very lightly that morning, and as I exited 281 to drop off my 6-year-old son at school, I could not tell that there was an oil slick in the road, and I did not have time to react as my car slammed into the concrete pillar underneath the overpass. Thank God my son was okay. He did start crying, but not for me or for himself, for the car, when he finally got out and saw that it was crumpled beyond repair. 6 months later, the effects of the crash began to manifest themselves. First, my left index finger started rising involuntarily every time I played the piano. A few months later, the fourth and fifth fingers started to curl under. Within a year, I had lost a good amount of the fine motor movement in my left hand, making it impossible to fully play the piano. I was devastated, and then I was depressed. Here I was, a professional musician, a pianist, unable to play. Playing piano was what defined me as a musician, or so I thought. All the while, I was seeing doctors, many doctors. Finally, by grace, I ended up with a physical therapist who, over the past 4 years, has succeeded in freeing the nerves enough that I can play again, albeit at a limited capacity. I had begun my healing process, not due to the increased mobility in my hand, however, but through an enormous self-realization. I came to realize that I am not simply a piano player. Playing the piano does not define me as a musician. The piano was and is one of the tools that I use to express my musicality. For years, I had allowed myself to be defined by the piano, and when I could no longer play the way I wanted, I thought I had lost a piece of my musical soul. As I let go of playing the piano, I actually found other, undreamt of ways to express who I am and to express my musicianship. And I found that my piano playing ability is now slowly coming back, in part because I accepted the fact that even if I couldn't play the piano anymore, I could still make incredible music. I learned that my abilities at the piano did not define me as a musician. So what is it that defines you? Henry Ford, founder of the Ford Motor Company, once said, "To do more for the world than the world does for you, that is success." We've heard this before. Deep down, we know it. What you do for a living doesn't matter as much as what you do for a life. I'm a teacher. I work in music, but I teach people. Music is my modality. It's my language. Music allows my soul to breathe, to rest, to create, mourn, rejoice, be at peace, contemplate things beyond what my intellect can grasp. Music is an incredibly powerful force. It can shape emotions, unite, heal, engage, separate, give voice to the wordless, form to the imagined, shape to the invisible. Whether it's the heartbeat of a Renaissance motet or the drumbeat of a rock anthem, music accompanies all of our lives. The reason I teach people about music and through music is because I want my students to experience all of life, to love, laugh, recognize beauty, express themselves and be open to the expression of others, to create and encourage creativity, to seek truth without fear and act with courage, to see that they are imbued with limitless potential. In short, I want my students not only to make a prosperous living, but to know how to live. When society is better off because of you, you have learned how to live. When a community has experienced even a morsel of healing because of you, you have learned how to live. When the most helpless child or helpless elder or neighbor or coworker or friend or stranger has felt the love of God because of you, you have learned how to live. When you yourself have been served so that you can serve your children, your spouse, your parents, your brothers, your sisters, you have learned how to live. Our lives are not ours. They're on loan to us anyways. We are called to pay them back with interest accrued through service. So graduates, what is it? What defines you? What is your life about? On what will it be based? Dr. Wes Jackson, founder and president of the Land Institute and pioneer in the field of sustainable agriculture, says, if your life's work can be accomplished during your lifetime, you're not thinking big enough. Is what defines you big enough? Can it be accomplished during your lifetime? Is it finite, limited to your vocational skill set? Or are you defined by something without limits, with capacity for infinite expansion? Is it possible for you to be someone beyond what you imagine yourself being? So maybe I've been asking the wrong question. Maybe the question isn't what defines you, but who defines you? Who defines any of us? When all is said and done, I hope that we all can be remembered by those whom we have served, by how we used all of our talents and ability, by those lives we touched knowingly and unknowingly, that we were human beings among human beings, that we always had the courage to serve and be served, that our lives bore witness to the Word incarnate, and that we defined ourselves by the God who lives within us and works through us every single day. Will you let me be your servant? Let me be as Christ to you. Pray that I may have the grace to let you be my servant too. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Gokelman, for that wonderful presentation. This evening we heard from Mr. Gokelman, who has achieved professional success through hard work, spirituality, and dedication. Now is your time to recognize your dream of receiving your diploma. Hopefully your coffee-filled, sleepless nights are over and you can finally relax. I would now like to welcome UIW Provost Dr. Denise Doyle, who will begin the conferral of the degrees.
Dr. Kevin Vishkalis is the Dean of the School of Graduate Studies and Research, and he will call the candidates from the various schools for their degrees.
Will the candidates who are presented by the faculty from the Dreven School of Education for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy please come forward so your diplomas may be presented to you.
Doctoral students are presented for hooding by the chairperson of their dissertation committees and are called by the title they have earned. Dr. Ala Hassan Dib Al-Hamad. Dr. Chinyere Anyanwu. Dr. Valissa Calvert. Dr. Patricia Torres Lucero. Dr. Claudia C. Verdine.
Will the candidates who are presented by the faculty from the Fike School of Pharmacy for the degree of Doctor of Pharmacy please come forward so your diploma may be presented to you?
Dr. Lauren Ashley Hayden.
Will the candidates who are presented by the faculty from the College of Humanities, Arts, and Social Sciences for the degrees please come forward so your diplomas may be presented to you?
Santa Maria Jones. Jean-Olivier Mbodo Sambu with distinction.
Will the candidates who are presented by the faculty from the Division of Extended Academic Programs for the degrees please come forward so your diplomas may be presented to you?
Wesley Wayne Abramite. Pearl Ann Atkinson. Norberto A. Badillo. Maria Estela Beltran. Nakisha Danielle Brown. Rogelio Cano. Rocky A. Carter. Jacqueline Castillo. Martha Patricia Cias. Pamela A. Colby. Genevieve Genival Carlos da Silva Jr. Arturo de los Santos. Christy Lynn Diaz. Shayna Joyce Dixon. Sonia Christine Flores. Tina J. Flores. Elias Jacob Gonzalez. Javier Gonzalez. William August Grieshaber Jr. Juan Carlos Guajardo. Michael Herrera Guerra. Roxana Annette Guerra. Cynthia L. Harris. Lisa Leanne Hernandez. Angela L. Hilliard. Tamara Denise Hopkins. Ryan Michael Johnson. Sandra F. Johnson. James G. Jurek Jr. Daniel H. Kim. Paula Faye Klerner with distinction. Brett Houston Kurt with distinction. Michael A. Lavonway. Jessica Leal. Melissa Lira Reyna. Amanda Rose Mason. George Lacey Minich III. Rachel Grace Mitchell. Keisha Cecilia Kenny Moore. Fernando Maximilio Mora. Leslie Nicole Newbury. Eva H. Parkin. Candace Ann Probst. Sandra Marissa Rios. Antonio Rivas. David Maurice Robinson Sr. with distinction. David Robinson is also known by the name Corey Matthews among his friends in the school. Incognito. Christy Lee Cortez Rome. Mark Christopher Sanchez. Jeffrey Anthony Saucedo. Amanda Claire Sadin. Catherine L. Ortiz. Michael Douglas Shipman with distinction. Brian Keith Sifford. Cheryl Silvas. Nikilia Stevenson Bell. Jessica N. Stewart. Jason Alexander Trevino. Carrie Beth Vian with distinction. Fernando Esteban Vera. Virginia Zuniga.
Will the candidates who are presented by the faculty from the Dreven School of Education for the degrees please come forward so your diplomas may be presented to you?
Rose Amalia Aguilar Delgado. Natalie Ann Avitha. Christy Marie Blunt. Linda Susan Stubbs Coons, with distinction. Tiffany Alman Fuentes. Marcela Salinas Hinojosa. Catalina Sue Hinson Muniz.
Will the candidates who are presented from the faculty from the HEB School of Business and Administration please come forward so your diplomas may be presented to you?
Winona T. Johnson. Monica Martinez. Jasmine A. Mamie Valverde. Katie Marie Puvalik. David A. Rankin. Dina Marie Rodriguez. Gloria L. Rodriguez. Ashley Afton Sanchez. Alexandra Santa Maria. Ashley Elizabeth Smith. Genevieve Elaine Torres. Okay.
Will the candidates who are presented by the faculty from the School of Mathematics, Science, and Engineering please come forward so your diplomas may be presented to you?
This is education. Meredith Jean Weaver, with distinction. Okay, now it's business administration. That was education. Doesn't matter. Business administration. This is the School of Business. It's the HEB School of Business. These are all
Will the candidates who are presented from the faculty from the HEB School of Business and Administration for the degrees please come forward so your diplomas may be presented to you?
Brendan L. Aiden. Melissa Bueno Aguilar, with distinction. Khalid Ahmed Aljanahi. Marlene Alonso. Brian Charles Berner. Daniela Boteo. Ashley M. Boyce. Austin Keith Brown. Randy Burns. Jeanette R. Casillas. Kendall R. Cope. Raquel Cruz. Marisa Danielle Cubriel. Courtney R. Cummings. Brian Scott Curtis. Mariela Delgado. Sarah Elizabeth Donahue. Isan Icon. Pamela Yvette Enrique. Lisa Merrill Evans with distinction. Hi. Lauren Nicole Farina. Mert Firat. Clara Modena Marie Flanagan with distinction. Hector Flores Jr. Viola L. Gandera Lentz. Arturo Garza. Jose A. Gonzalez with distinction. Terry Michelle Grubb with distinction. Adam Guerrero. Shawana Denise Harvey. Valerie Ann Hinojosa. Deborah Lynn Howard. Diana Elizabeth Jimenez. Nancy J. Juarez. Sabrina Cole. Mallory E. Kramer. Bennett Edward Larson. Huayen Lin. Ruben Lopez. Veronica R. Lopez Gavidel. Wei Cheng Lu. Lupita Martinez. Michael Anthony Martinez. Velma Ann Mayorga. Stephen Robert McInnes. Elsa Maria Mignana. Joy Rochelle Maxigamba. David Anthony Morales. Raquel Moreno with distinction. Zaid Khaled Hassan Nawase. Yasin Wedki. Rosalinda Pina with distinction. Samantha Elaine Greaves Platt. Rosanna M. Polsey. Josefina Quintana. Sean Marshall Reeves with distinction. Manuel Zuniga Rios with distinction. Gabriel Rodriguez. Heather Marie Rodriguez. Stephanie Ann Rodriguez. Albert Guadalupe Salazar. Joe Anthony Sanchez. Monica Rodarte Sanchez Poole. Jeffrey R. Santana. Kathleen Elizabeth Schmitz. Abdur Rezak Shanir. Arthur Severe. Alejandra Victoria Flores Solorzano. Amanda M. Sparks. Billy F. Strasser. Angelica Varela. Stephen Varela. Rodrigo Velez. Daniel Gregory Verich. Jessica Nicole Wolkman. Jennifer Marie Wagner. Thomas John Waldrip. Salah Yafut.
Will the candidates who are presented by the faculty from the School of Mathematics, Science, and Engineering please come forward so the diplomas may be presented to us?
Nicole Ann Marie Ayala. Samantha Michelle Carnero. Joanna Gabriela Castro. Veronica Salazar Cortinas. Jade Nicole Eason. Marcella Gonzalez. Patricia Ann Jenkins with distinction. Alice E. Keinert. Ashley Elizabeth Moore. Denise Marie Ortiz. Arlene E. Rodriguez Ramos. Renee Michelle Rosebrook with distinction. Benjamin Yeboah Sasu. Lynette L. Thomas. Amethyst Michelle Thorman. Vanessa Renee Zamaripa.
Will the candidates who are presented by the faculty from the School of Media and Design please come forward so your diplomas may be presented to you.
Bassam Alag. Ahmed Ali Bakosh. Natalie Marie Bell. Brandon Jumala. Sonia Marie Gonzalez. Jessica Lee Hall Martinez with distinction. Rhonda Wood Nagard with distinction. Samantha Nicole Ruiz. Selena Ann San Miguel. Monica Baker Servin.
Will the candidates who are presented by the faculty from the Alpha A. Miller School of Nursing and Health Professions please come forward so your diplomas may be presented to you.
Jeffrey Michael Boyer with distinction. Vicky Garcia Gomez. Judy Ann Michelle Gonzalez. Francisco Ramon Hernandez. Leslie Michelle Ponce with distinction. Serena Lee Smitham. Dr. Agnesi, this concludes the presentation of candidates for their respective degrees.
Would the I love the applause, but until I confer the degree, you're applauding for nothing. Now, would the faculty of the University of the Incarnate Word please rise and face the graduates? Will the candidates please rise and face your faculty? Upon the recommendation of the faculty that are standing before you from the University of the Incarnate Word, I confer upon you the degrees to which you are entitled, contingent upon successful completion of all degree requirements. Now you can applaud the Christmas graduates. Now you can all be seated. Dear families, graduates, faculty, honored guests that are here, this marks a very important phase in your life. Today, some of you, maybe for the second time, are graduates of the University of the Incarnate Word. Now, listen closely to the name. It is not Incarnate Word University. It's University of the Incarnate Word. You are graduates of a very special place founded by the congregation of the Sisters of Charity of the Incarnate Word at this site in 1881. You are graduates of what I deemed many years ago the Christmas College. You are graduates of a place that embodies in each one of you a very special spirit that hopefully you will continue to promote in your families, in your loved ones, in your profession, in all the places on this globe that you may go, because you are truly very special. Graduates of a university dedicated to Jesus Christ, who we see in each and every one of you. Today, you have a challenge in front of you. We live in a country, we live in a great state, great city, in a world that is in somewhat turmoil. There are many things going on that we can say are great, and there are things going on that are not so great. Just yesterday, on the campus of Virginia Tech, 2 individuals were shot and killed. Lives were changed very quickly. You have a great gift from God as graduates here. Your families have what I call the greatest gift from God, which is the gift of time. Time of which we know not how much we have, and time that we need to share very carefully with all those we come in contact with. And hopefully by sharing this time with each other, we make this place that we walk a better place. You have walked on this campus for a period of time. For some of you, it could have been a long period of time. But you've walked on this campus for a period of time, and you were affected by those that you came in contact with. This very beautiful group of graduates in front of you that you learned from every day in and outside of the classroom, from a faculty that shared honestly with you. But all of that has helped to create the very successful person that you have been and that you are now, and the person that leaves here that can truly make a difference. Remember, it just takes one little thing to really make a real difference in a person's life. That smile, that embrace, the way you treat one another, the way you say thank you on occasion. All of you have special talents, and you all are very special because you chose a special place, a special university, and hopefully that we have given you what you need to make a difference in the lives of your family, and therefore in the lives of this community, and therefore in this great state, and in this great country, and therefore in the world. If each one of us do our part, little part, it makes a real difference. Never feel insignificant, because you're not. You're only insignificant if you allow yourself to be. And never say, I can't do this, because I can do whatever I want to do if I'm willing to pay the price. So use your time that God has granted you wisely. But truly, truly do something of value with it, especially with your family and friends and loved ones. You are graduates of the Incarnate Word. We are very proud of you. You are today alumni of this university, and you will be very special to your families that are here tonight, but to all those that you see on a daily basis. So, graduates, Christmas College, 2011, Cardinals, we're proud of you and continue to make us proud in what you do. Thank you for choosing Incarnate Word, and we are very pleased with you.
Today, each of you has achieved a dream. From this point forward, you will go forth with the knowledge and confidence that Incarnate Word has prepared you well for whatever path you choose. Be a shining example of the best Incarnate Word has to offer. Be a leader and hold the mission of the university in your hearts and minds in all that you do, and know that you will always be a member of the Incarnate Word family. I would now like to introduce alumnus Mr. Enzo Pellegrino, Board President of your very own Alumni Association, to lead you in the Alumni Oath.
It's an honor and a privilege to stand here before you guys tonight, and I want to congratulate you all from the bottom of our heart and let you know that we very much welcome you into this new chapter and very much welcome you all to continue to feel welcomed as part of this university. And as you were walking off the stage this evening, you got a small token of appreciation and a gift from the Alumni Association. And this is part of the oath that we all take as alumni members. And at each one of my pauses, if you will do me the favor of stating "I will," I'd appreciate that. And on the bookmark, you can read along with me. I hereby solemnly pledge allegiance to my alma mater in appreciation for service, opportunities, and professional development afforded me as a student at the University of the Incarnate Word. I will. I pledge active participation in the UIW Alumni Association wherever I may be, through association with fellow alumni and those in the community. I shall ever do my best to uphold the ideals and traditions of UIW. I pledge as a responsible citizen to exemplify the high ideals and values set forth in the Incarnate Word mission through faith, service, innovation, truth, and education, and forever bring honor and respect to the University of the Incarnate Word. You guys deserve a wonderful, wonderful evening, and we are all very, very happy to have you as our newest alumni. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Pellegrino. We welcome back Dr. Patricia Lucetto to sing America the Beautiful.
Thank you. It's such an honor to get to do this again with the most favorite people in the world, all here in this same room. My family, my dear friends, my mentors, my professors, and the most famous man here. I got to say I graduated with David Robinson. And Dr. Denise, who made my dreams come true. He gave me an education here. I thank God for that. And as our Moody professor said, to define myself, it's not music either. It's being here a part of the University of the Incarnate Word and spreading the word. And I promise to do that. As a proud alumnus and as an American. Ladies and gentlemen, America the Beautiful. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesties, above the fruited plains, America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crowned thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. God bless you.
On behalf of the University of the Incarnate Word, I thank all of you and your families. Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.